You do want it? Okay.
Ready. Okay.
It's on.
Perfect. Perfecto.
What's your number?
We're doing B first.
5039009B.
Awesome.
Let's get this on.
Right?
Do you want that burger here?
Might as well. Might as
Okay.
well.
05
We'll do both. Sorry.
39009B.
Perfect.
Where do we go? Everybody ready? Yep. Good afternoon. We'll go ahead and call this meeting to order. Before we get started, let me read through our role as a board and then the order in which we'll conduct the meeting. Try to keep it as relaxed as we can, but we got to have some formal order to it. So we're the 2025 Board of Equalization and Review for Union County, and we have been appointed by the county commissioners to hear all taxpayers with respect to concerns/complaints regarding the valuation of their property for tax purposes. Property owners appearing before the Board of Equalization and Review have a right to a fair and equitable hearing. The Board of Equalization and Review has been charged with ensuring that the proper legal principles have been applied in the valuation dispute for tax purposes. So the way we'll start, the clerk to my right, she will call the case or the taxpayer, and before you come up, the county staff will come up to the podium and they'll locate the property on the monitor so we're all looking at a visual of the property. At that time, you'll just come forward and present your information to the board. We ask that you keep it to 10 minutes. If it gets to be about 8 minutes, you'll get a 2-minute warning from the clerk, give you time to kind of get finished up. After you present your information to the board, members of the board will have a chance to ask questions of you. When that piece is finished, you'll have a seat. The county will come forward, present their information. We'll have a chance to ask questions of the county staff. Once they're finished, each side will have up to a 5-minute rebuttal. Would remind you that the meeting is being recorded, and if you have sales data to present, that sales data must be as of 1/1/25 or before. It cannot be after 1/1/25, since the effective date of the property reevaluation is as of that date. After we hear all the cases on the agenda today, we'll go into the deliberation phase of the hearing. You're welcome to stay for that if you wish. No telling how long it'll last. Sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long. After we finish the deliberations, the county staff will then notify you in writing of the board's decision. Normally that takes up to about 30 days. I remind you that by statute, the burden of proof is on the taxpayer to demonstrate that the assessment is erroneous. Only individual taxpayers or licensed residential or certified real estate appraisers licensed to do business in North Carolina may express an opinion of value of real property. No other persons, whether attorneys in fact, attorneys at law, or corporate representatives, are entitled to express an opinion of value of real property. So with that, do we have any questions before we get started? If you could, let's make sure our cell phones are on silent or vibrate, and we'll get started. Madam Clerk?
All right, good afternoon. We are going to start with hearing number 3. This is going to be for property key number 05039009B. The owner is Beatty Realty LLC, and Mr. Lawrence Shaheen is here to present. I'm going to go ahead and call in hearing number 4. He has asked that these be presented together as the evidence is going to be the same for time purposes. So hearing number 4 is going to be for property key number 05042010. Taxpayer is also BD Realty, and Mr. Shaheen will be presenting on that one as well.
And I imagine we have the proper documentation on file with him being the representative or attorney? Okay, so we don't need it? Okay, okay.
Good morning, or,
Okay.
sorry, good afternoon.
All right, I
have to
did the same
remember
thing.
what time it is here.
I did the same thing.
That's right, so, if you will turn to page 8, the map, actually, will show you both parcels that we're discussing, 3 and 4. So 3009B is the parcel that's highlighted, and then right below it on the map, you'll see 017, 05, 04, 2017, and it crosses Bingham Road to the other side as well. Both of those parcels, this one and this one, are both part of that parcel. That'll be the second parcel that we discuss after we discuss this one.
Okay.
Any questions? Do we know where we're at?
I know where we are. Everybody on the board
Can
good?
you zoom it out for me, please?
Yes, sir,
real
I
quick?
can, absolutely.
And
So we are actually, I believe this is old Waxhaw Monroe Road right here. I know it's
Okay.
kind of hard to see, and then Waxhaw is right over here. We're about 10 minutes away from Waxhaw,
okay,
if that gives you some reference.
all right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All yours, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Good
That's your pleasure.
afternoon, Mr. Shaheen.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct? Okay.
How are
All right.
you?
Doing good.
Good to see you, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, sir.
Good to see you, members of the board. Mr. Harrell, always a pleasure. By way of introduction, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Larry Shaheen. I'm an attorney at the McIntosh Law Firm. I practice in the area of property tax law across the state and region. So Mr. Harrell and I do get to, argue every now and again. We enjoy it a great deal. But today I'm here, and I'm going to do everything I can to keep this under 5 minutes for both parcels, because technically the information is going to be available to both. The assessor and I do not have any real vehement differences except for the adjustments on the floodplain. So if you'll take a look real quick at what you're seeing here, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, on one parcel, it's a 45% adjustment, and on the other parcel, it was a 45 in both. So we've got a 45% adjustment on your floodplain here, and what I'm going to draw your attention to is that I want to make sure that we're looking on the first parcel. If you'll look up here to the north, this crossing here is a stream. So you've got your stream crossing here, which is going to require not just a local permit, but also a federal permit, because the question is whether or not it's regulated by waters of the U.S. Even though the Supreme Court ruled on that ruling just recently, they still haven't implemented any of that case law or any of that regulation. And from my experience and from everything I've dealt with in trying to get these types of implementations, that type of crossing is one that's going to take anywhere between 4 to 5 years in permitting and about $600,000 in licensing fees. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't, I understand the county thinks that it opens up this area here for development, but the reality is in today's age, I just don't think that needs to be a reduced adjustment based on the fact that this someday may have a bridge that may eventually open it up to development. That specific location is very, very difficult. And then, so if you look at that and you say, this part here, you can't really get to because of the floodplain. The only developable area here, and that is significantly less than 45% of the property. And to save time, because I want to make sure we get you all out of here in a quick time, we're going to move to the south and talk about these parcels here. So this is a non-developable area. This is a non-developable area, and that's half the parcel. So the only developable parcel here, in my opinion, as a property tax attorney, not offering value, offering an opinion, is this parcel here, which if you were to calculate up the adjustment, is far less developable area than 55% of the parcel. So I do not come to you with an opinion of value. I do not come to you with a recommendation. I merely bring it to you to draw attention to the fact that we believe, and we appreciate the assessor and all their work, and I have nothing but positive things to say about Van and his team. But in this specific instance, we think the adjustment is more warranted towards a higher end adjustment because of the fact that this is so significantly impacted by the floodplain and by environmental factors. And with that, where am I at? 5 minutes? Maybe?
Less.
Boom, done. Thank you all very much. We
Yeah, let me see if members of the board have any questions.
Yeah.
Not so quick. The, Mr. O'Keefe.
I'm good for right now. I want to hear what the county has to say.
Okay. All right. Mr. Smith.
Do you have at least an approximate idea of what is left that you deem to be developable property out of both of these two?
I believe if I were to calculate this up on a square footage basis, you're looking somewhere in the neighborhood of about 25% developable. So I think the proper adjustment on this one would be somewhere near about 75%.
And that is between both of them, or
Oh, no, it's,
overall, or-
if the adjustment were to be made, because they're separate parcels, so you make the
Yes,
adjustment, of course,
that's-
as you know,
that's what
on
I was
both.
asking.
So I think that the adjustment on both parcels needs to be a 75% adjustment as opposed to the 45% adjustment.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Ashcraft?
No questions.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sheen.
Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Chairman. Appreciate you.
Well, I'm feeling a little bit of pressure to get this done quickly,
Yeah,
now that he's knocked that out so fast. So if you'll turn to page 17, that's where our analysis is on 009B, the top parcel. We've got the parcel, the subject parcel at 14,000 an acre, 14,700, or excuse me, $14,007 an acre, for land between 34 and 58 acres. In this particular area, the median is $19,516. So we've got it significantly below. We do have 18.45 acres in flood at 45%. And as far as this particular parcel, we don't have any other information that's been submitted to us by the appellant, so I have nothing else to go on this one. Should we discuss the other one real quick?
we can.
Okay. The other one, the analysis, let me get to it, please, is on page 17 as well. Okay. This parcel's 43 acres versus the 45 acres on the other. We have a slight difference in value per acre at $12,344. That's because this has more flood. Out of the 43.58 acres, we've got 28.17 acres at a 45% discount for flood. That's, all of the flood discounts are based on FEMA. So we basically have followed FEMA, which is what we've done on all the flood adjustments within the county. Again, I don't have any additional information submitted by the appellant, so that's all we're going off of.
Okay. Questions for the county, Mr. Smith?
So you've done no adjustment for access on the two sections that the appellant is saying are impaired?
No, sir, we have not.
Are you aware of, do they own any property adjacent to those parcels, those edges of the parcel?
Not to the best of my knowledge, sir.
Okay.
But again, I don't have any information submitted by the appellant to that extent.
So you don't know if there's any access to it, or, I mean, there's no visible roads going to those two areas on the bottom one?
Oh, yes, sir, they're on Bingham Road. Bingham runs right, it cuts through the parcel right
Oh,
here.
I understand the left part does, but across the creek doesn't, and the bottom really doesn't have it.
Are you referring to
That part and the part below it.
this part here and this part? Is that correct?
The
No,
parts that aren't in flood, I
that are
think.
not in flood, the top part,
Yes, sir, here.
yes.
Yes, sir.
How would you access that?
I can't answer that.
Okay, and how would you access the bottom part?
Down
That-
here.
That part, yes,
Again, I cannot answer that.
yeah. I mean, there's no visible anything going in there. I understand the part on the left side, that's very clear, it's on the road. And then I guess if you go back to the number 3 up above,
Sure.
you know, it's clear they can access, and then it's a matter of, we could argue one way or the other over the access to the peninsula.
Right. I think there's definitely cost. I have no idea what the cost involved would be to
Right.
get across this area. I'm definitely
Yeah.
not an expert in terms of law when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I can tell you that this particular area up top here, from here to here is about 400 feet. And then when you come down here, you're looking at about a 200-foot width. So there are room probably for 4 or 5 houses easily right here.
Right.
Again, taking into consideration, cost
There's
involved
gonna be
here.
expense to get to it, I
Yes, sir.
understand that.
Absolutely.
And then the next parcel down on, I guess, the lower right of that looks like it's difficult to get to because you have a big floodplain to go across to get to it at the bottom.
Correct. Down here, yes.
No, above, up on the same parcel, up
Here,
there.
sir? Yeah.
It seems like that would be extremely difficult to access unless he can find something I don't see on this map that would allow him access.
Again, I can't answer that. I
Yeah.
mean, we do see that the road cuts right through the floodplain.
Understand that.
So as far as the difficulty involved in getting to this section, I'm not an expert on it. I can't speak to that.
Yep, okay. Thank you, that was my
Yes, sir.
questions.
Okay. Mr. O'Keefe?
What is the total acreage of the whole, both these lots? It's like, it's big.
Sure. 88, 89, I'm being told.
89, okay. Thank you.
Mr. Ashcraft?
On the first parcel, I'm just curious, can you zoom in on that one, or,
Yes, sir.
make it come down? Okay, look, is that says floodplain, is that a lake or pond or anything?
lake.
We could call it a lake or a
I mean, in
or a
other
pond.
words, there's water
It's 18
there.
acres, basically. It's almost 18 acres.
Okay, and that lake probably comes down about right there?
Comes down to about right here.
Because that looks like it has woods on that. With the-
dam.
There's a dam there?
Looks like a
Okay.
dam.
Yep.
The earth doesn't usually go straight like that.
Yeah, that's probably true. I just had to make sure I saw that it had all that water. So let's pull down some more
Yes, sir?
for me and keep going. Now, the point for me is the road. There is a road there,
Yes, sir.
which, is in the floodplain. Does that flood all the time? I mean, if it's all a big floodplain, or is that like once in 100 years? I don't know of any.
I can't answer that one.
You
I
don't?
apologize. I know the road. I drive the road.
Oh, you do?
But,
Okay.
yes, sir, but I can't answer how often it floods. I mean, it's windy, and it definitely, there's some hill to it, there's some topography. But as far as it flooding frequently, I can't answer that one. I can tell you if I expand out,
There you go.
there's lots of houses over here, there's plenty of homes up here, and I can tell you there's plenty of building going on right below it, so.
Okay, right, and it's all on,
And that's
right with the
right off this,
road that
right off this road.
supposed to has a floodplain.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and again, just for my help, the parcel number 1, you've already taken a 45%
Yes, sir. On
for
on the
floodplain
first
for the
parcel,
number of acres.
we've got 18.45 acres at a
Yep.
45% flood discount.
Right.
And then on the bottom 2 sections, we've got 28.7
Under-
acres at a 45% discount.
Okay. And so, the appellant made a comment about it should be more, like, instead of 45%? Or, I don't know, maybe I'm confused.
No, sir, I believe he mentioned 75%.
Is that based on land?
I'm going to let you.
You know, how much
answer that.
land is usable?
I think he's basing it off, he's got to construct a bridge, and it's the cost to construct that bridge.
But is it 75% off of the land
That's what he was.
that's under this problem of floodplain?
Right, that's
I think-
my understanding.
So then his number of acres is
bigger.
more than what you have. That's what this is really all about.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
One question, that sliver to the south that doesn't have a number on it, below
Thank you.
017,
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
does that go with the parcel across the street?
I'm
that-
sorry, are we?
That sliver, that
Yes,
rectangular.
this area here,
No,
No.
the
The little-
rectangular sliver below 017.
help me out here.
It's got,
Oh, yes.
and it's got access that looks like to 401B, or 418B.
Okay,
There's a
so
little
that's part of
gap
that one.
I don't know who
016.
owns that.
My client is not.
That's my question, it's not owned by the appellant. Okay.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, we
Okay.
can check it right now.
Okay.
It's part of the parcel to the right of the second parcel. If you
it's part of
zoom in a
what?
little bit, you can actually see where those two lines don't touch.
So
go to
here,
the- go to the
1-6?
There you
Right
go.
there.
There you go.
Oh, okay, okay, I see.
Oh, so it's way up there at
Wow.
the top, that little,
Holy cow.
okay.
So that's part of the bigger parcel here.
So,
Looks like there's a road going back there too,
Yep.
right under that line. It goes back to that
wouldn't
other
y'all like to
property.
know who owns 18B? I mean, is that?
Sure.
That is going to be Dennis and Millen Starnes. It's not the
Okay,
same
no,
owner.
okay.
That's a house, though, right
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's,
There's a driveway all the way through it.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Looks like there's access there.
Yeah. Well, if there's a right of way, well,
Don't know.
yeah, don't know. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks.
Okay. Any rebuttal comments, Mr. Shaheen, on these two?
no rebuttal. We've been presenting y'all with facts and evidence, and it's up to y'all to decide, I think. But the only thing I would say is that I think that the total number of acreage under the adjustment needs to be increased, and that the total amount adjusted for those acres needs to be increased. So it would be more acreage and more of an adjustment on all of those acreage.
Right.
That's all.
Okay, thank you. Good, Mr. Parker? Okay.
All right, hearing number 5 is going to be for property key number 06177-008B. The taxpayer is Bob Beatty Jr. Mr. Shaheen is going to present on that one. We're going to also call in hearing number 6 for property key number 06177-030. The property owner is Bobby Beatty Jr., and Mr. Shaheen is going to present both of those at the same time as well.
Okay, is everybody familiar with Walden on Providence?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. 06177-031, that's Walden Trail, right there where that street is, right here. This is 0677031. It's behind that parcel. It's 06177-008B. It's that triangular parcel there.
Okay, and then, so this is 5 and 6, is 06177-030, okay, that's right there.
Yeah, so 06177-030 is just south of that, southwest, I believe.
Okay. All righty, everybody good?
Yeah.
Go out, there you go. Go out, stay out.
Go on it. Is that good?
I'm good.
I'm
Members of
good.
the board,
Good.
good?
Good.
Okay. Mr. Shaheen?
Thank you again, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity. Always a pleasure again. This is going to be very, very quick. I'm going to draw your attention, I'm going to zoom out real quick, draw your attention to the parcel immediately to the east, which is owned by Union County Schools. This parcel here, the entire parcel, is the preventing parcel from allowing access to the parcel in which we are currently looking at, which is 06177-008B. Given that there is no access at the moment, the only access would be through an easement by necessity off of one of these other parcels. Now, the way, here's the problem. You could do easement by necessity here, but this is the parcel my client owns, and you'd have to literally make it so that the easement came through this lot here, connected here, and then connected on that individual point. Now, you can do that legally, but you can't build a road on a point. So you'd have to, at some point, either go through Union County Schools or this parcel here. So given that it is a landlocked parcel, our request is that it be treated at the same per acre value as the school, because it is adjoining the school. Currently, the school is at a $3 million value. I know there's not assessed at $3 million, but the market value is at $3 million. So the request is to treat it at that price per square footage, which would place it at about $17,000. I'm sorry, $73,000 when calculated, a reduction off of the $255,500 value. Regarding the second parcel, 061773030, less of a case there, not going to lie to you, because it is a lot. It can be built. It is one where you've got the same ability to access as most of these others. But again, given that this parcel, this part of it here, you're going to have to either give away some of it for an easement. If you're going to try to even say that if you're going to say that this parcel has value, there should be a reduction off this parcel for that entrance easement. But if you're not going to say that this parcel has value, we don't have much of a case on reducing the parcels. But since they are adjoining and they are the same owner, we need to kind of look at them together. So the goal would be to figure out a balance between those parcels, given that that parcel, the triangle parcel, is being treated as a lot when it is not a currently buildable lot, as it does not have access. So other than that, where am I at? 3 minutes?
Good.
Done.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
All right.
Excellent.
See if we have questions here, Mr. Ashcraft.
Okay, so the parcel that's the triangle is owned by the person in the house in front of it, right?
No, sir. The parcel here is
That
owned-
one?
No, this person does not own that parcel.
Okay,
This parcel, and this parcel are owned by the same individuals.
okay, those two are together. Yeah,
They're owned together, yes, sir.
yeah. Okay, don't worry.
Okay, Mr. Smith?
I want to hear from the county on this one. This is an interesting one.
Yeah. Mr. O'Keefe?
I just want to go back on part of what was discussed earlier. You were talking about $73,000 and trying to get to the bottom line. What do you feel that 8B is valued at?
I believe that 8B should be valued at the same per acre value as the school next to it, which is,
Run the numbers for that.
so I'll run the
That's
number,
right. Pick up on that.
You know what, let's
and
do
walk
this.
me through that.
I'm going to walk you through that calculation real quick, because that's fun. Here, let me pull the calculator up. Yes, I use the same stuff back here. So here we go. So I've got, and I'm just pulling judicial notice, I'm going to ask that Van check me. So Van, I think that the market value on that school next door, if you were to assess it at market value per the card, it's $3,070,100. Right. So we'll do that. $3,070,100 divided by the total amount of acres, which is 53.97. That gets you, I did that math wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, something didn't work.
Yeah, I did that math wrong. So you got to do the acreage first. So, no, that's not right. I did the math right there. 3,070,100 divided by 56,885 times the parcel's acreage is at 1.25. 71,106. There's your valuation.
For the triangle.
Yes, for the triangle, yes, sir.
And that is, so you feel that the value should be 71,106?
Yes, sir. And if that's the case, then we don't have much of a case on the other one, because you're not making an adjustment for the access easement that would be required to be able to get to. It's an either or. If the county wishes to say that the triangle has value, you have to discount the one for the access necessary. If they say that the triangle does not have much value, then there's no real need to discount, and you can treat that as a lot, which is what it's treated as, and we don't have an opinion of value on that lot because of the fact that we think that the county's comps were appropriate in that specific instance.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I just wanted to make sure I understood where we got
No,
this.
of course, Mr.
Like
O'Keefe.
the
Yes, sir.
70 whatever thousand. Thank you.
Okay. Everybody good? We'll hear from the county at this time, Mr. Shaheen. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This particular parcel is 1.25 acres. It's in the Rayview, Marvin, Sandy Ridge unplatted. That's what we use to price this. It does look like the appeal starts on page 2 through 7. There wasn't a whole lot at the date of the original appeal. Wasn't a lot to that. There's a location map on page 9. It's an aerial map on page 10. If you turn to page 24, we have, this is our land sales. So we use 2 smaller and 2 or 3 larger. The median price per acre is $232,000, which is less than the $255,500 value, $255,500 that we put on that parcel of land. During the research, I pulled the deed on this. If you turn to page 26, it's there, it's in there. And then also on the page before that, what did I do? I'm out of order here, but it should have been should have been page 25.
Yeah, survey.
Yeah, there's a survey for it. And the deed does say, being all of 1.25 acre tract together with the 20-foot access easement is shown on the map. So there is an easement there. This parcel was purchased in 2018. It was purchased for $72,500, which is more than the owner opinion of value. So we felt like it was priced similar to other properties.
What was that purchase price again?
$72,500.
In 2018?
In 2018. And then I'll draw your attention to,
Wow.
I think it's 06177-015A. Can you see that?
Yep.
All right. I pulled the parcel information for that. It is an acre of land. Let me just find it. So we have it at, it is, let's see here, it's in rural, it's in Marvin rural or Marvin unplatted. It's 1 acres. We have it at 240, and then we have the subject 1.25 acres at 255. So we feel like we're pretty equitable and we're consistent in that rural area of Marvin.
Okay.
Jay, would you take the map back up to the subject?
Oh, yeah.
I believe the owner owns that triangle, the house that it butts up to, and then the parcel next to it. I think he owns all 3 of those parcels.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
I believe the owner owns 031,
Well, that's what I.
08, and yeah,
Yeah.
030. I was just making sure.
I pulled them up earlier.
Yeah.
And
So-
it does look like 31. This
Yeah.
is the same owner as the 08B.
Yeah, because he
And
did the easement.
Right.
030.
That's what I was looking at on the survey.
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
that's it. It's just-
so just so I understand, the easement is coming in across 31's property line.
The driveway.
It would come right up their driveway, right to the other property. So if you're going to that last property, you got to drive right past the back door of that front property. But they own both.
Right, they own it all.
That's what it appears to be.
Yeah, and he's gonna cut across. Yeah, that's why they have the easement.
But it's kind of interesting because that is a gated community. So if it has a right-of-way, I'm assuming it would have a right-of-way through the gated community, but yet it's not priced like the gated community, the house.
land value.
The land value,
Yeah,
Walden on Providence.
that's a lot higher.
Yes, it's higher.
And this is valued at unplatted.
Unplatted, Marvin?
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions for the county? Mr. Smith?
I'm good.
Okay. Mr. O'Keefe,
I'm good.
Mr. Ashcraft?
Nope.
Okay.
I got out of line there.
Thank you, Mr. Exon.
All right.
And any rebuttal comments, Mr. Shaheen? Okay. All righty. Madam Clerk?
All right, that'll take us to hearing number 7 for property key number 07138027. The taxpayer is Robert Fischel, and he is present today.
It's okay.
We
Kind of
didn't,
skip this second.
we didn't talk about the 030
Oh, we got
parcel.
to talk about number 6, I guess, technically.
Well, they were all supposed to be told
It was
heard
I
together.
think Mr. Shaheen spoke to it.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I'll locate it right quick for him.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'll just locate it for him and show him where it's at. Well, sometimes I don't know if I do either. All right, y'all doing all right this afternoon?
Doing good there, Mr. Alman. How about you?
Good, good. So this property, it's off of Wellington Drive, kind of off of Potter Road. I'll zoom out here a little bit. I think y'all are probably familiar with the area. This is Potter Road, and we're right here. There's where Forest Lawn Drive comes in. Wellington Road, if you'll come out and run Canterbury right to the end. He's here at the cul-de-sac here.
That is a nice lot.
And there is a location map on page 11 if you guys want to see a location map.
Got it? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Alman. Mr. Fischel, how are you?
I'm just fine. Thank you, gentlemen, for hearing my appeal. I'm just going to go through, I guess, bullet points of,
That's fine.
Okay.
That is fine. Just make sure you're speaking into the mic. That mic might
Okay.
need to be turned, you can adjust it a little bit.
can you hear me all right?
There you go.
All right, okay. Number one, the 2021 assessed value of this property was $381,100. The 2025 assessment was $572,500, a 50.2% increase. My original appeal, in my original appeal, they deducted $35,400, bringing me down to, I guess, the current value at $537,100.
Yeah, I'm showing 523,000.
Yep.
That's correct. I had just shared that with, I just got this yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
And I spoke with him earlier and told him we had lowered it a little bit further.
Okay, so it's 523,000. Okay.
Oh, so we're at 523
Yes, sir.
even?
523 even is what
Even.
I show.
Okay. All right. Well, we're off to a good start.
Okay.
You're gaining all the time here.
I was submitted with my original letter, two offers to purchase this property. One at $379,500 and one at $360,000. This guy seemed to want the property the most, so I pushed him a little bit, and he came up to $390,000. And then I told him that would not buy the property. He needs to come to me with his very best price. His walk away, I won't pay any more than this price. And then he came to $410,000. He talked to his partner, came to $410,000. I guess the bulk of my appeal lays on the condition of the property, both the grounds and the house. The house was originally built with cheap construction, and the property is in poor condition. Your inspectors came out to visit on July 25th, two inspectors actually. July 25th, took photos, verified that the property matched the items in my letter that I submitted. And After I submitted my appeal, the roof on the property sprang 3 leaks, and I gave the inspectors while they were there a copy. I had not submitted the $360,000 offer that I pushed up to 410 with my original appeal. So I gave him a copy of that, and I also gave him a copy of the estimates to repair the roof leaks, which range between $3,000 and $6,000. When I went into the website for the county and tried to pull up the comparables, they would pop up and snap off. So I came down to pick up a copy from one of the assessors. They were all out working, which is good, but the ladies were a big help. They got in touch with one of them on the phone, and he was able to email her a situation where she could print them off. And so I got a copy of those. The inconsistency I noticed in those weren't very much, and my appeal doesn't fall in the comparables, but I noticed that there were 4 houses. They were, Wellington Woods is a large neighborhood. There's well over 100 homes in that neighborhood. None of these homes that were on the comps that he gave me are in the neighborhood or in the Wellington Wood Township. So also, the 4 comparable homes were all newer than my home by an average of 7.5 years. I guess in conclusion, the 2021 assessment of $381,100 falls directly between the 2 offers I received for the home. I guess it could be argued that we should leave it right there. Okay. But at any rate, I did get an offer of $410,000. I'm convinced that the home won't sell for more. I had the home for sale back in 2008. Family after family walked through the house, and primarily the wife would look at the kitchen and look at the bathrooms and just say, no, this isn't the one. I could read you some portions of my letter. You probably have it there, but it identifies the condition of the yard, the condition of the landscaping, and the fallen trees that are near the house.
We have a lot of good pictures, I think, to show the
it's in there.
condition.
I had a lot of good pictures, and actually, it needs a roof. The roof guys came out and said, we can fix the 3 leaks, but you need a roof. And I said, okay, I'll put a roof on it in 2012, cost me $15,000. What's a roof cost today for this house? They said $30,000. I said, in 13 years, the roof price of a roof has doubled. They said, yes, it has.
Times we live in, yeah. Okay.
So, the bay window in the dining room, the frames are rotted around the windows. There's a picture in the file for that. That bay window is probably a couple $1,000. I haven't priced it, but it's very expensive to replace that. Landscaping for the yard, it just goes on and on and on. I mean, if you read the letter, it's
A lot of good pictures.
so the condition of the property just is not anywhere near $500,000.
Okay. All right. I understand where you're coming from. Let me see if members of the board have questions for you, okay?
Okay,
And
sure.
Mr. O'Keefe?
No, I have no questions right now. Thank you.
Mr. Smith?
No, I have nothing right now.
Okay. Mr. Ashcraft?
Yes, you mentioned you got offers for the property, and it was around 410, whatever, 369, whatever it was.
Yes.
Who is making these offers to you if you don't have it on the market? Because you said you don't have it on the market, is that correct?
I don't, no.
You don't have it listed?
No,
Okay.
I don't.
So that's where I'm wondering who's coming to you, not knowing that it's been listed and you're trying to sell it. Why are you not trying to sell it? You're not living there, are you?
I am living there.
Okay, you are living there.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of work to do to maintain it and get it fixed, but you're not willing to sell it, is right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Works for me. Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Does that matter?
Huh?
Does that matter? Whether I'm willing to sell it or not?
No, I didn't know if you said you put it on the market in 208. Is that correct?
Oh, I did, yes,
Okay. That's why it matters.
yes.
Because I didn't know why you haven't put it on the market now.
Oh, I put it on the market in 2008, but it
Yeah, you
didn't sell.
told me.
You know, people kept coming through, but it didn't sell. Now,
That's fine. You've answered my question. Thanks.
Okay.
if I found a family that was willing to, if they're do-it-yourselfers, they could do a lot of the work themselves, and they're willing to buy this property, I think they would want to buy it cheap too, because they don't call it profit, they call it sweat equity. But if they're gonna spend a year getting bids, hiring contractors, putting up with the work, spending the money that's necessary to fix this property, they're gonna wanna buy it cheap too.
Yeah. Understood, understood. If you don't mind, have a seat, and then we'll hear from the county, and then I'll give you a chance for any rebuttal comments after they finish, Mr.
Okay.
Fisher. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Okay?
This property, Alan Madge, he's actually the appraiser on this one. He's unable to be here tonight, so I'm presenting on behalf of the county. But just to kind of tell you what we've got here, it was appealed also in 2021, and at that time, the condition was lowered to fair condition. At the time, the quality of construction, the grade was it was a good quality home in fair condition. Then they did lower the grade one more step to a good minus quality in fair condition. And Alan, he did prepare a sales analysis that you can see there on, starting on page 58 and 59. And as the owner stated, some of the comps were from outside the neighborhood. And that's, he was trying to find the best he could. But if you'll look, comp number 2 is actually in the neighborhood. And you'll see a drastic difference in the suggested prices. The comp number 2 was in the neighborhood. It's similar in quality and in size. It has an adjusted sales value of $649. But what I did is, they did go out to the home and take a look. Fair condition, I think, is pretty accurate. We did lower the quality once again, so now the quality is at an average plus, and that's how we got to 523. And like I said, I looked at that last night and made that adjustment, and that's how we got a little bit lowered for this hearing. And I actually...
Average plus is below fair.
Well, so there's two things. There's two things.
Below good,
There's two
quality is quality.
Yeah.
Okay.
So since 2021, the condition has been fair, but the quality has gone from good to good minus, now to average plus.
Average plus.
Mm-hmm. And I did, we changed that in the system, and I ran an updated sales comparison last night. You're free to look at. And I gave one to Mr. Official this morning, or this afternoon. But if I stay in the neighborhood using 3 comps, the sales comparison comes back at $617,600, and that's making adjustments for condition and quality. So we felt like, we just really didn't have anywhere else to go, to go any lower. Based on the information we had. There wasn't a cost to cure necessarily, but I think most of the things that we saw was been addressed with the condition and grade changes that we've made on the property.
Okay. Understood, Mr. Almond. Questions, Mr. Ashcraft?
So you looked at it and you compared it to the comp 2? Is that correct? Since it's right in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that one is in the neighborhood.
And y'all looked at it from the standpoint that one was an average plus, which is less than.
That's where we're at now. Mm-hmm.
And you noticed all the pictures, and did y'all go out there and look at it?
I did not, but we did have staff go out there and take pictures, and they, It always is, it's a lot of, I wouldn't go as far as poor condition. You know, that would be major structural issues, I think, and that would drop the value
Right.
significantly lower than even where he's at now, so that it's really
Okay.
about the only adjustments we could see to make, but, you know.
All right, no questions.
Okay. Mr. Smith?
Well, part of it's been answered because by going to average plus was kind of driving it because of age when
Right.
those houses were built.
Yeah, I think when it was built, you know, if we
That
were in
was-
1978,
that was
that
what
would be
was
a
being
good
built
quality
at
home.
that time,
Yeah.
right.
You know, and so it's a little bit.
179, 178.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
during that same
You know.
time frame, that a number of houses were built and part of that, good part of that neighborhood was
Right.
built. And some's newer, different phases of it and everything else.
I
It
think that would have been
changes.
an accurate grade at the time, but that would be high, I think, now
Right.
on that home. But
And
now, you
then-
know, if it was remodeled, then, you know, I mean, you'd have to
Right.
revisit it
That
maybe
fair
possibly
is
then.
fair, and
Yeah.
when it comes to the condition, which needs some upkeep, but you're not saying the foundation's got issues or anything like that, that it appears that you could,
Right.
anybody said, roof's not falling in, it may be leaking or has leaked or whatever.
Right, and it is a 3,000, you know, plus square foot home and on a little over 3
Right.
acres in Weddington, so it's
Yeah.
desirable location.
Yep, and it's on 3-odd acres, and I guess even though it's the larger lot, they got the benefit of the platted subdivision where they all.
Right,
pretty much are-
there's no vacant land sales that
Yeah.
I'm aware of. I think it's priced off allocation and, you know. so-
Right, so if it was unplatted, he'd be looking at a substantially larger number if it was unplatted. Yeah, okay, I'm good, thank you.
Mr. O'Keefe?
Yeah, just to go back and school me on condition again, you we're talking about fair, goes poor, fair, good, average, excellent, what?
The
walk me
condition
through.
ratings we have?
Yeah.
So typically, you know, average is standard.
Gotcha.
If someone remodels, you know, we may bump the condition up. You know, if there's rot, you know, issues, needs remodeling, you know, different things like that to that degree, you know, we'll maybe go fair. I mean, to go poor, I mean, if I lowered it to poor, the home would go to 292,000. And that would indicate, I mean, honestly, I think would be below what the land value would be at that point and didn't
poor
seem
really
reasonable.
is almost major reconstruction, needs to be addressed.
I would say poor is uninhabitable.
Got it.
That would be,
Okay,
that would
good.
be
I'm
my
just trying to get a
opinion.
handle, and then going up from good, what do we got?
Well, we can go average, we can go good, very good, and excellent.
Got it.
So there's
Thank you.
three above and 3 below. It's the fair, poor, and very poor, but.
Got it. No, I understand now. Thank you.
And just add a little bit more to that, it's also relative to neighborhood, so an average in one neighborhood may not be an average in another neighborhood
I would-
because of
yeah.
time of build and all that thing.
Sure.
so.
Right.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alderman. Okay. Mr. Fischel, do you have any final comments you'd like to make?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Market value of a property is what somebody's willing to pay for it. And nobody's willing to pay.
Make sure you're
500
speaking into the mic.
Nobody's willing to pay $500,000 for this property.
Okay.
Nobody.
Understood.
Okay.
Understood. Okay.
So, it made me think of something. Are a copy of those ratings that he just described, are those available to the public?
I'll have to ask Mr. Thompson. They are.
Okay, and the guidelines of how comps are chosen, are those available to the public?
I don't know that is, but Mr. Thompson, can you speak to that, or?
The guidelines for condition, we can point you to after this hearing. The guidelines for comp is more, that's more subjective, so that's the appraiser's knowledge and skill with that. There's no real way to quantify that.
I think we all know that comps is a very imperfect way to value a piece of property. If the houses in my neighborhood were selling for $2 million apiece, my house wouldn't bring $2 million or $1 million. It would still bring 410.
Okay.
So,
I think we understand where you're coming from. We understand where you're coming from.
the property's in poor condition. You guys came out and looked and verified that.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah, and the pictures help a lot here, so I mean, we'll take all that into consideration during deliberations, you know, when we get into that part of
Okay.
it.
I brought copies of what I've just told you if you'd like a copy of just the bullet points of my presentation.
We got it.
We may already have.
Yeah,
I think we got it.
we got it already.
You don't have this. This is what I've just discussed.
Yeah, if, you can leave one copy, we just probably, if we have
We
a,
can pass it.
yeah, we can pass it around.
Oh, I've got one.
Okay, yeah,
Those are for the board.
Good deal.
okay. Okay, thank you.
Give you something to refer to during your deliberations.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
I appreciate very much you hearing my plea.
okay, thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Fisher. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Two of them.
Yeah. All righty, Madam Clerk.
All right, we're going to jump to hearing number 11. This is going to be for property key number 09369007E. The taxpayer is Goodrich Corporation, and I believe Mr. Cameron Meadows is here to present on their behalf today.
Oh,
I'm not Joe.
there you go, man.
There you go. All right,
You and
we're
Joe have a running joke on that, I
There you
think.
go. We are an industrial building at the airport at the intersection of Corporate Center Drive and Airport Road. The
Just
actual
drove by today.
tarmacs here, Airport Road is right through here.
Right,
Corporate Center's right here.
all righty. I know exactly where it is. Everybody good?
I just drove by it.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Meadows.
Good afternoon.
Okay,
This went a lot faster than I thought it was when I saw I was number 11 today.
okay. Hey, sometimes it can work in your benefit, sometimes not. I mean, yeah. All right,
So I represent the taxpayer. So our company, I work with Intax. I'm a consultant. We've filed their returns since 2012, I believe. So we file the returns, pay the bills. And this property, they had someone reach out, said they thought it was overvalued, so they wanted us to look at it, so here we are. So I value properties across the country for Intax. They range from industrial facilities to just quick service restaurants. We have about 8,000 that we look at every year. So this property here, 149,000 square foot. The value back in '21 during the reappraisal was at $63 per square foot. That was adjusted in '24. I'm assuming that's probably because of the additions. There was an addition made in like 2019, 2020. And I think they went through an audit on personal property, and they split out some real estate and personal property values. So I'm sure that was what the value increase was there. And then this year during the reappraisal, it's $110 per square foot. So if we go through my information that I submitted, and I resubmitted the first page of our value and the sales comparison grid. I resubmitted that, so that's probably the last page in the book, I'm guessing.
yeah, and
It's in
you can
here
look, we're on
somewhere.
tab 11,
Okay.
and then the pages are
number.
numbered at the bottom in red. So we'll have the same thing that you're looking at right there that you got your hands on.
So, yeah, page,
27, I guess.
28?
27, 28.
27, 28 maybe? See 27.
yeah, I resubmitted these pages. So I'm not sure if they got resubmitted as well. They were supposed to be added at the end, but I don't see. Anyway, it doesn't matter that much. It didn't change that much. So
I'm
what we
looking
did,
through it to see, so I don't,
yeah, I resubmitted pages 27 and page 27 and 28 I resubmitted, and there should be copies. I sent those in last week. So anyways, we looked at the cost and the sales comparison. the sales comparison is always the better methodology to use if you have sales. Sometimes it's very hard to find sales for manufacturing. But in this case, we were able to find some, and we stayed within the Charlotte metro area. So you'll see we have 4 sales referenced here. One of these sales was under contract, so that's not as valid. It still shows kind of the market value, but cell 2, 3, and 4 were all sales before January 1st of 2025. And cell 4, that's our biggest comp. That's at 1902 Airport Road. We made adjustments to these cells. So we made the adjustment for it being a leased fee cell. And then we made a big adjustment for it being in 2021, because since then, the market's just continued to rise. So we have to adjust it up there. So our overall opinion of value was at $86 per square foot, and that is what we went with. So we feel like it's more around the $13 million range overall, and that's based on the sales. So all of our sales were of manufacturing, and then there was one distribution. Manufacturing is a lot more relevant for this property because it is manufacturing. And manufacturing is typically lower because there's a smaller market for manufacturing. There's a much larger market for distribution warehouses. They sell all the time. And then I was looking at the sales provided by the county. There were 17 sales provided. And of those sales, I believe 10 of those were portfolio transactions. 12 of those were warehouse distribution. 2 of them were a flex special use, and only 3 were manufacturing. One of those being the Airport Road location that we mentioned. And also, 8 of the sales provided by the county were over 100 miles away, and 11 of them were over 50 miles away. So all of ours are much more in the area and of the same size. The county sales, they ranged from 49,000 square foot to 221,000 square foot. Ours ranged from 103 to 194,000. So I feel like the sales that we use are more relevant to compare to this property. So that's really all I have. I don't want to waste your time walking through a cost approach. Cost approaches can be subjective sometimes, and you can tweak things here and there.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's all I have.
So kind of where you're hanging your hat, or the comps that you have, they're closer and more comparable.
Right, more comparable.
Yeah.
They're manufacturing, I think 3 of the 4 are manufacturing, and they're much more, the one on 1900, it's bigger, but it went through a renovation addition the exact same time ours did, so it's really relevant and it's very comparable to our properties.
And to state it again, because I have a different number, your opinion of value is 13 million?
Yeah, 13, it's like 12.8 something, so we
Okay.
round up to 13.
Okay. Let me see if members of the board have questions for
Okay.
you. Mr. Meadows, Mr. Smith?
No, he did a good job on that. I want to hear from the county what they have to say on their comps.
Okay, Mr. O'Key?
Same here, thanks.
Mr. Ashcraft?
The other question I have is, did you come up with the 11 million at the start, or did you come in and moved it to 13? That's from,
So like the first appeal you're talking about?
yeah, well, it's on here at 11 million, and I didn't know.
Yeah, so what happened was our client filed a protective appeal, not knowing that it's better to file everything at once if you think you have a good case. So they just filed it thinking that they could talk it out and work it out later. That's not how North Carolina works.
Okay, so
Some
that-
states are like that, but yeah, I didn't do that. The client just
Okay, that's what I-
appealed it.
You answered my
Yeah.
question. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Meadows,
All
and
right.
we'll hear from the county, and then I'll give you a chance for any
Okay.
rebuttal comments you'd like to make.
All right, thank
Okay?
Okay, so this is Collins Aerospace. I'm sure you're aware of where we're at. Let me just flip it around to the front. So we are 149,126 square feet. The first part of the building right here was built in 1998. It's 58,000 square feet. Then over here, in this section, was built in 2008. They had an addition in 2019, which brought in this office space here that's glassed in, and the front area here. And then in 2020, they brought in this building in the back. So we have light industrial and some very little storage warehouse. The wall heights range from 16 to 24 feet. It's an industrial facility. You can see on the roof here, it's a conditioned space. The entire area obviously is conditioned based on what they do. Not quite sure what they do, but they do it. And we're on 10.8 acres. If we can look at the owner's sales. You said, I apologize. Can I ask him a question real quick?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, yeah, same. I think we just made different adjustments. We made more of an adjustment to one airport road.
10-4. All right, so they're the same sales, originally submitted and then submitted to my colleague last week. So in a sense, we're the same, okay? We're same sales.
Okay.
They have a different adjustment. That's
Okay.
how they came up with 13 million.
Okay.
All right, so the first one, if you'll permit me, we're going to do a little driving around. The first one here is the old Monroe hardware site, okay? The warehouse facility that Monroe hardware was.
Yeah, on Sutherland.
Sutherland
Yeah.
Avenue, yes, sir. All right, that's kind of where we're at on that one. That facility was built in 1968, and its wall heights are 10 to 12 feet. As you can see, there's no conditioning at all on the roof. It's a straight warehouse. It's also not a sale. It was a listing on 1/1/25, so we would not have considered that. The next one in the group here is on Corporate Center Drive, which is just down the road from the subject. Ooh, lost my A. All right, so again, bear with me just a second, fellas. So the subject is right here where my hand is, the cursor. If you come down Airport Road, make a right on Propel Way, or right here on the back side of Corporate Center Drive. This is a spec industrial building. Monroe built this building back, I think, early 2000s, 6 or 7. And as you can see, this is a 25 aerial. There's nothing on the building. There's no parking. And in fact, there is no floor. It's just gravel. It's a spec building. It has 4 walls and a roof, waiting for somebody to move in, which it's traded a couple times, and finally, I think the $5.9 million sale is finally to somebody who's going to use it. I believe it's an electrical distributor. Westinghouse Boulevard, it's in Charlotte. Is built in 1961 according to the owner's agent's paperwork, and had a renovation in 99. I'll be happy to pull the address up on Google Maps if you like, but it is more similar to the Monroe hardware facility. Also, if we can go back to Corporate Center Drive, Sale 2, that sold April of 2025. So again, we have a listing and not a sale. So really of the 4 here, we have 2 sales. One's in Charlotte, very similar to Monroe hardware, and then we have the Airport Road site, which we also included in our analysis, which summarized on page 58, but starts on page 53. We are obviously further away than the owner's agent's sales are. We're trying to get something very similar to the subject, which is unique, obviously. Not necessarily to this area, but certainly for the sales that we have in the county. Obviously, it's not, we don't have a lot of large industrial sales, so we pulled in 17 sales from the surrounding area. Those sales come in at $14 a foot, or 17 million for this size facility. We're at 16,448,000. And we think we have good information to support our value, and we're asking the board to uphold it.
Okay, let's see if, questions for Mr. Ziegler. Mr. O'Keefe?
Thanks for walking us through those earlier sales. The fact that some of these comps are a long ways away, is that just to find something that is close to what we're actually dealing with?
It is to get something close to what we're dealing with here. This being an industrial facility, aerospace companies moved in. A lot of that upfit is personal property. I think this building in the back, the total spend on that building with construction and personal property was close to $4 million. So it's a very specialized process.
Gotcha.
Certainly their machinery is personal property, and that's not what is at value here. We're talking about the structure. But we have 150,000 feet under roof. And it's a good structure. It's not an average industrial structure.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith?
So there just wasn't anything that had a sale that's
No,
comparable?
the closest sale was the industrial spec down the road that has a
That's it.
gravel floor, which is similar in wall height, but not similar in construction. It's just tilt-up concrete.
But that one, you could do some significant adjusting to come. to
Well,
a
they'd have to
value.
finish it, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's, you got schedule of values and everything else you could have estimated, couldn't you?
We would not have done that.
Okay,
No, we have it at 50% complete
okay.
currently. We have a functional reduction on it
Yeah.
because it's not finished.
So what would it have been, being you had it at 50%, you've done what is
You know, I
that's-
just saw the percentage, I don't
Yeah,
really
you
recall.
don't know. Okay. Okay, that was it.
Okay, and Mr. Ashcraft?
No question.
And then on the appellant sale for the one on Airport Road,
Yes, sir.
how did that compare?
We
And
included
you
it.
said it, I think, but I just
Yeah,
needed to.
so we're trying to pull in several more properties. We're trying to get as many properties as we can, obviously, to be more reflective of the market. So it's a part of our grouping. I don't know particularly how much it influenced. It doesn't appear that it was the high or the low sale, so it fell in the middle.
Okay.
Let me find it real quick.
And I think, yeah, that was also a comp that the county had.
Yes,
If I
sir.
remember right.
7928.
I'm curious
Yeah,
what,
it fell in the middle. It fell in the middle of size.
56.
In our list, it's on page 56.
I think that one says year built 2018, but it was there before 2018.
Yeah, it's been there quite a
Yeah, it
while.
was
I think
there.
that's a renovated year.
Right, okay. It says 72 in 2018 on the appellants. Okay. Okay, any additional questions for the county on this one? Good, Mr. Ziegler, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Meadows, any rebuttal comments you'd like to make?
Yeah, so we're supposed to value these fee simple, and of the cells that were provided, I'm not saying you can't use cells from far away. A lot of times we do when we value these properties, but if you do, you have to make adjustments, especially if there's a tenant in place, because those cells are of the lease more than it is of the real estate. And there was no adjustments made to any of the cells that he provided, and we made adjustments to ours, and I think that the 1900 Airport Road is the best comp. They have it too, and I think that if they made adjustments to it, they would have adjusted it up, and it would have been around the same total value of ours. So you have to use cells from far away a lot of times for these properties. But even with them pulling cells from far away, they were still only able to grab 3 manufacturing facilities. So it is difficult to pull, but if you pull them, you have to make adjustments if there's a tenant in place or any special uses going on.
Yeah, and it sounds like I'm just trying to make sure I understood you right during your presentation. You're kind of hanging your hat on cell 3 and cell 4
Right,
and just
right.
taking the average in the square footage of both buildings for the.
Really,
'cause
we just used cell 4.
Okay,
We
good.
put basically all the emphasis on that.
Yeah, but you're at roughly $86 a
Right,
foot.
right,
Okay,
right.
okay,
Yep,
okay.
that's it.
Everybody good?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you,
Nuts.
guys.
Okay.
All right, hearing number 8 is for property key number 08267008A for Judy Hill, and they are not present today.
Okay.
Hearing number 8, so it should flip back to it, so I can.
Hearing number 9 is for property key number 05165533. This is for Anna Marie and John Forrest. They are not present today. Hearing number 10 is for property key number 06051205. Taxpayer is Bran and Seeley Nash. They are not present today. Hearing number 12 is going to be your addendum A, which is going to be your settled staff recommendations of value. So you guys can take a look at that during deliberations.
Okay.
And then that would be the rest of our agenda for today that we're going to hear before deliberations.
Yeah. Is the board good to go into the deliberations? Do you want to take a 5-minute break?
Take a break.
Okay, so let's take a quick 5-minute break.
Okay.
Hearing one, previous rescind.
Okay. Okay, we'll go ahead and call the meeting back to order.
Right.
All right. So we are going to start with hearing number 3.
Okay.
This was for property key number 05039009B. This was going to be for taxpayer BD Realty LLC, and Mr. Shaheen was here and presented today. And we do have that property located for you on the screen.
Okay. Oh. Comments from the board on this one?
My issue is more of the part to the right, not the top. I think they can deal with that.
Yeah.
It's purely the part over here across the lake where the access is pretty limited, I believe. I just don't see how you get to it
Yeah.
practically, unless you can use the dam, which I don't think that would happen.
Can we turn the topo on this one too, to keep it, yeah?
Because if you can go across where the dam is, it solves a lot of problems. But I don't think it's big enough
No.
to do, or stable enough to qualify.
And the only other access point was up top, though. That doesn't get you back to the part you're talking about, though.
No, it doesn't. That's the only part. The other two parts, I don't really have a clue. Could be resolved.
Yeah.
Mine's at the bottom.
I'm just looking at that one bottom section.
It didn't-
Where are you, Mark?
It didn't, that one didn't come
Where
up.
are you on this one?
Oh, it's good, whatever y'all want.
Yeah. Bob?
Well, he's looking for total acres increased that's allowed the 45% reduction, but if we do that, then we're redrawing maps.
Yeah, we can't do that.
No.
Yeah, that's why I was asking him to maybe turn the topo on,
Yep.
and we could make a topo adjustment maybe.
Make a topo, or can you make an access adjustment?
That's some strange looking stuff right there.
Greg, why don't you go over to Atlas and we'll cross up the tip on there? I guess the thing for me is, you know, the whole situation up there at the top. I mean, you know,
I'm not worried about that
I
part.
think that, but he brought it up as a.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he did.
That's for me.
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting there, just like on the other two appeals, you know, he brought up all the stuff and landlocked, you can't do this now, and then you, well, it's just another story.
I feel more sympathy on the bottom right part than I do the rest of it. That's the only place I would have sympathy.
I have sympathy for people that drive that road.
Oh, yeah.
It's floodplain.
Well,
Been
it's
up to
probably
the-
raised up.
Well, I imagine, yeah.
It's probably just raised up.
Well, there you
You know
go.
how that is. That's what the
That's what
state
you can
does.
do with some, all right?
It's pretty tight.
So, what I'm hearing as it relates to this one, let's just deal with 009B first.
Okay.
Hearing, kind of keep the other one in the back of our mind as we go, but,
I mean, you got topo on the bottom right, and you got access. I have no problem with everything up top whatsoever.
so you're good with everything on, yeah.
Yeah, I just, you know,
4.
maybe some kind of consideration down below.
Right.
On 4, hearing 4.
Yeah.
Well, that's,
That's 3.
he's talking
It's
about
3.
3. I think he's talking about the southern part of,
Oh, the southern part of the property.
southern part of
Yeah.
009B.
I mean, you know, and I don't know this, probably should have asked the question.
Who put the dam in?
Well, that's, you don't know who put the dam
Well,
in.
don't you think that's interesting in floodplain, they put a dam? You
Well,
think they
people
did it?
dammed up all sorts of places all
Well, I
over
know
there.
they do, that's because they have that nice lake right there.
That's why they
They're gonna
had-
build a land around it and they're gonna build.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But you don't know if it was built way before or way after. The only thing would be, you know, some of these dams are built to where you actually are wide enough to have a,
I know what
access
dams
to
are
a-
like, I can tell you that right
Yeah,
now.
y'all got one.
Yeah.
I don't have to hear somebody tell me about dams, I'm talking about this one was built for a reason for future.
To dam it up.
Yeah, all they have to do is release it a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion.
You know, a lot of these got built here, I mean, I'll just say this, my uncle's got a farm, he's got a lake, 18 acres or 20 acres, and it was built really not for, it was built for agricultural and control of stuff, not to build on. It's not, never gonna be built on. I just don't know, because it could have, this thing could have been built 50 years ago, we don't know. I have no idea. I don't think it was built like Lake Providence, you know, where it was built specifically for development.
I don't know why you do it, but go ahead. I'm listening. So what are we gonna try to come up with? You
I
what I'm
don't know
saying?
yet. And the other thing is that lakes are fun to look at. An 18-acre lake is a nice sized lake.
Yeah, they're fun to look at and they're expensive to keep the dams up.
Yeah. But this, I mean, this
But
is.
it is done.
It is done. I mean, the boys of Wesley Chapel are getting ready to spend $1 million or more on theirs.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Turn your mic back on.
Mine's on.
Okay. Oh, I was looking at that one. Okay.
so what are we gonna,
So what we're gonna do?
what do y'all want?
I just want to know how many acres is over there in that bottom right corner of this property that's outside the floodplain.
So you're talking about adding more acres to.
Well, I'm not saying flood, it may just be access or topo or
I
access.
think we leave the flood alone.
Leave the flood alone.
Yeah, I think we have
Okay,
to.
And maybe look at some impairment, not saying full, but some impairment of that bottom right. That would be my only thing I'd consider.
okay, so,
25% or something like that for that bottom right.
and the reason for it is
You can't
Limited
get to it,
access.
you can't get to it.
Coupled
Okay.
with the topo.
not without, you couple with topo, without great expense.
Okay, that's what you say?
Well, I'm just,
Yeah, I know,
I'm making a suggestion,
I know, I agree, that's what you said.
and I have no idea how much land that is over there, outside the floodplain.
Can we find out, or can we make the motion?
43 acres, so you're looking at 10 acres.
Okay,
So you're talking about,
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
portion?
that portion
how
through.
how far up you want to go?
I would say up to right there with that little thing next in,
Come all the way down?
take in all that.
and down to where the, probably not the whole thing,
What I
because you got
say,
flood down there, probably the bottom of that hill.
All right,
Back
here?
to your, go back in a little bit, where the steep lines connect,
Okay.
right there.
All right.
And then up, yeah, like that and up.
You know, we're not taking out.
That would
I
be,
see the
that,
topo, I think it should be done the other way if you're gonna do topo, right? Or you just wanna take the whole thing,
I'd take that section.
all that?
Yep.
And you wanna know how many acres that is?
Mm-hmm.
That's 9 point,
We said 9.5 acres.
okay, we'll
Yeah.
say 9.5 acres.
Is that 9.5 acres? Can you tell?
I think we can just say that.
He's right there.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
No, he's right there. He ought to be able to get a number pretty quick for us.
He's got
I know,
9.41.
We'll just say it's 9.5 acres. The question is, so what, okay, so now what's the?
9.5 acres with 25%
Due to
impairment.
limited access.
Limited access.
All right, great. Make a motion.
Make the motion. 9.5 acres, 25% off the total current appraised value.
So we have that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. O'Keefe. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion's carried to reduce, to apply a 25% adjustment on 9.5 acres to parcel 050390009B, hearing 3.
All right, Nick. Got it done.
Yep.
And then that moves us to the one,
Number 4,
Right below
down
it.
below it.
yeah.
Yes, so then it'll be hearing number 4. Property key number 05042017. The taxpayer is BD Realty LLC, and Mr. Shaheen was here and represented
I
today.
think you can do the same thing.
Well, he's got access here. Oh, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't have access to that
No, he
immediately below property,
Yep.
or that little area.
He really doesn't have it above it.
Well, he doesn't have either spot. He
Yeah,
has
that's
it
what I
over
mean.
here.
Yeah, on either spot that's not in the floodplain.
Yeah. Which I have no idea how big it is, but,
Yeah.
you know,
wanna do
most
the-
of this is floodplain already.
Do you want to do the same allowance for that upper right, northern, eastern corner?
And the one, and that little one below it.
Yeah.
I don't think
you
we did
just
the little one below it.
Why
I
not?
think you can get to it.
You think you can get to it?
Yeah, you
How?
can get to it. There's a road running out right up the side.
Wait,
So the next
I didn't,
parcel.
I
No, I
didn't
didn't.
see the
Is
road.
right below it, 17, correct?
Yes.
That's the one we're debating,
Correct.
right? Well, they don't have much topo problem. And it's definitely not a pond in the middle of that whole thing. Is there?
There's just flood all through it.
Well.
But most of the whole thing's flood. Now, where do you see access?
Down in that lower corner, if he puts the map back, there's a road running right up his southern property line. A dirt road that goes,
Private driveway.
yeah.
Hold on.
It goes, there's.
That's not in his property.
No, it's right on the edge of it, though. You can see, he can run a road right up the next to
Okay.
that.
We don't know if that's deeded access or not. Okay. I'm fine with what you're
Yeah, he
saying.
needs to work that one out.
Yeah.
If he needs to, but to be consistent, I think we
Yeah.
gotta take the property that's in the
Yeah.
northeastern corner, estimate what it's, and do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I'm good.
We gotta figure out how many acres are up there.
So, Mr. Almond, can you
Yeah.
map that top part?
Here on the left side of the
Yep.
road?
Yep.
All right.
No, no,
Right
right
side,
side.
the other side.
So the
Yeah.
property 017.
Just below where we hit that bottom section of the. last
Northeast
one.
corner.
That
Yeah,
section
that
right
section,
there.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, see how much do.
Okay. So you want to cut this
Yeah,
out?
that
Yeah.
area.
That's
Yeah.
the other corner we've gotta.
So that's what you want to do?
Yep.
Add that, at 25% like you did the other.
Yep.
Right.
We're going to get about 2, 3, 4 acres.
Yep.
All right?
Now, it's gonna be more than that, it looks like.
Yes, it is. I was completely
Call it
wrong.
5.
You can go 5?
5 acres.
Yeah.
Well, he's already in, okay, that's good.
5 acres at 25% discount.
So that's
Good
the
job.
motion.
That's the motion.
So the motion is to apply a 25% adjustment to 5 acres on that parcel. So that's
Yeah.
the motion.
Due to limited
25%.
access.
Yeah.
Due to limited access. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion?
No, we're good.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry,
Opposed, like
who made
sign.
the motion?
I
Mr.
did.
Smith and
Thank
Mr.
you.
O'Keefe seconded.
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion's carried.
All right, hearing number 5 was for property key number 06177-008B. This was for Bob Beatty, and Mr. Shaheen was here and presented today.
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion, no change, and continue with the current value of that, what is it, 255,500?
Second.
Yeah. So I have a motion, second. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. The motion's carried for the current value on hearing 5 to remain at 255,500.
Hearing number 6 was for property key number 06177-030. This was for property owner Bobby Beatty Jr., and Mr. Shaheen was here and presented on their behalf today.
I make a motion, we accept current value of $410,000.
Second.
We have a motion from Mr. Smith, a second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion's carried for the current value of $410,000 to remain on hearing 6.
Hearing number 7 was for property key number 07138027. The property owner is Robert Fischel, and he was here and presented today.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the county's value of $523,000 even.
Yeah, 'cause I think the county's already, yeah.
Never,
Okay.
they nailed it.
Yeah,
Second.
Current value you're asking
The
for.
current value.
Current
Yeah,
value.
They lowered it a little bit.
yeah.
They did.
So I have a motion from Mr. Ashcraft, a
Second.
second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion?
I could see giving them a bit more off, but this is the tough one.
Well, I
They've
don't
knocked
think
it down
giving
twice, I
more
know
off.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's hard.
yeah.
Well, you know, you gotta maintain your property.
I know. This is a hard one.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion is carried for the current value of $523,000 to remain on hearing 7.
Hearing number 8 was for property key number 082670008A. It was for Judy Hill, and she was not present today.
What's the pleasure of the board here?
I recommend that we accept the county valuation of $1,437,900.
I have a
Second.
motion from Mr. O'Keefe, second from Mr. Smith. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion is carried for the current value of $1,437,900 to remain on hearing 8.
Hearing number 9 is for property key number 05165533. Taxpayers Anna Marie and John Forrest. They were not present today.
Okay, what's the pleasure of the board here?
I make a motion, we accept the current value of $746,700.
Okay. Motion from Mr. Smith. Have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion is carried for the current value of $746,700 remain on hearing 9.
Hearing number 10 is for property key number 06051205. This is for taxpayers Bran and Sealy Nash. They were not present today.
Okay, what's,
Make a motion, we accept the county's current value of $672,600.
have a motion from Mr. Ashcraft. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Smith. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion is carried for the $672,600 to remain on hearing 10.
Hearing number 11 is for property key number 09369007E. This is for Goodrich Corporation. Mr. Cameron Meadows was here and presented today.
I think this one, Mr. Chairman, is how you pick out your comps.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
And you pick them out, and you pick some that, you know, were in the county, which is always good, closeness and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
But it's not apples to apples type of building.
Yeah.
Well, that's my
I
opinion.
thought Mr. Meadows did a pretty good job on this one, trying to do this, and it is difficult when you're looking at stuff all over the state, and you don't know what's, you know, you get different markets and everything else, you can adjust and adjust. I do look at, you know, the property down the road, it may not be quite the same, but it is, this thing's better than the one down the road, but I'm not sure it's how much better.
Yeah, that's the only thing that gives me a little bit of pause, and I know kind of where you were coming from, and I was kind of going there. And then, I don't know, the more I think about it,
Yep.
to me, I think it's just a more superior building.
It is a superior building, it's a matter, is it that much superior? Only, and I can't
I mean, I had-
make that opinion.
Yeah,
Well, that's part of it, I agree.
yeah.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make a motion, we stay with the current value of $448,300, is because I think that the county has presented their case, and truth, they had to value the whole other properties.
Yeah.
Equity issue is what I'm up to, so we've got an opinion of value that I think the county should keep.
Yeah. So I have a motion from Mr.
I'll make
Ashcraft
a second on it.
that the current value remain. A second from Mr. Smith. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So the motion carries for the current value of $16,448,800 to remain on hearing 11.
Hearing number 12 is going to be for your addendum A that is attached. Those would be our settled staff recommendations and settlements with the taxpayer.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to accept the staff recommendations.
I
Second.
have a motion from Mr. Ashcraft, a second from Mr. O'Keefe. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, like sign. So the motion's carried for the staff recommendations to be approved as presented.
All right, gentlemen, that takes us to the end of our agenda today.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Mr. Chairman.
Got a motion
Do
to
we have a
adjourn.
motion?
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. O'Keefe. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So we are adjourned.
It fell out.
Job well done.
It fell out. I mean, I pulled it out.
Not quite as well.
Job well done. All right, gentlemen, see y'all Monday.
Not gonna waste any time.
See you Monday.
See you Monday.
Way to walk.
Mr. Ashcraft, just tell us how much you like these Thursday afternoons.